Soon the Sith will rise again. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Now, I just want to say, while I can say it on screen, thank you for getting me to 500 subscribers on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. I have been doing YouTube for quite a while now, longer than Twitch, let's say that, so YouTube has always been my baby, if you like. But yeah, thank you very much. I can't really say much more than that, but if we can get it 1,000 one day, I would be really grateful, so yes. Please, subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, one thing I just want to quickly shout out before we get into the main cut and thrust of the video. Just shout out to Cobe and your son. Yeah, I didn't realise that I had viewers from my Shard Chat, or Temen's Shard Chat anyway, so hi there. Thought I'd just give you a quick shout out. Anyone else who I know, hello there as well, but can't say, may as well do it while I've got a little bit in the memory bank. Alright, so let's get over it and let's show you what's going on. Okay, so this is probably the least prepared I've been for an update. Not necessarily because I wasn't expecting something, but because I do not know very much at all about Darth Malgus. I've heard of him. I've heard of Star Wars The Old Republic. That is about it. So what I will say, I have had a look at the dev insights, I've had a look at the kit reveal, and both of them are certainly making me think that this character is one that if you have got Sith Empire, you should really chase. Whether it's going to be an easy chase, I do not know. The fact that Inquisitors are involved makes me think it's going to be a hard chase. But I really think if you have got the Sith Empire built up, you should try to go for him. So, yeah, I'm looking at this. Cut and thrust, we've got Grand Arena Omicrons. It does seem like they've tried to make it so that Malgus is a leader. So you've got options in 3v3. You can do Darth Revan lead or you can do Darth Malgus lead. We've got buffs and debuffs that he brings to the table. He can beat Galactic Legends, but whether that's in 5v5 or 3v3 until we play it, I think it's a bit hard to work that out. So yeah, I'm just skimming through the dev insights. I think, yes, there is some interesting information, but I wouldn't say it's the selling point. I think the kit itself is the meat of this. What I will say, I did find that interesting, arguing maybe go for defense and health, or health, but you would want defense, health, or defense, health, but okay, one little thing though. So yeah, it's going to be a Conquest Toon, which does make me wonder, is Malgus going to be paired with a GL, or is Malgus going to be just, like, say, Boba Fett, Signer, Django? Or Maul, for that matter, because Maul's a leader, but he did pair with Lord Vader, so you're looking and thinking, is Malgus part of a pair, or is he just going to be on his own? So yeah, I'll leave the dev insights there. Let's go into the actual kit. So, oh, we have actually got the picture now. It wasn't there when I went on last time, so yeah, credit. The artwork looks good. I don't like banging on about the artwork too much, because I know it got a bit of a stick a few years ago, but honestly, stuff like that, I think, yeah, that is worth it. They've put some effort in there. So yeah, categories: Tank, Leader, Sith Empire, and Legendary Sith Lord who causes doubt among his foes and heralds the return of the Sith Empire. Me personally, I'd say they never went away, but alright. Maybe it's just me. I see Darth Revan down on GA tables every round, so I don't feel they've gone away. Okay, so basic Zeta. Unfettered Rage. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy with a 50% chance to attack again. Double dip to target as a Jedi. On the second attack, Darth Malgus gains 20% max health, stacking to a max of 100% until the end of the encounter. These attacks cannot be countered or evaded. Sith Empire allies gain critical damage up for 2 turns. So that is interesting, because if you're going to be using Darth Revan lead, with the Zeta, Darth Revan grants critical damage boost. So under Darth Revan lead, that basic paired with that, wow, that is going to be a lot of crit damage. Not to mention, there's, well, yeah, you just think to yourself, it's going to be crazy powerful, because obviously they stack damage via ferocity as well. So yeah, that really will ramp up the numbers that Sith Empire can put out as they are. So let's go to the special. Deprive senses. This is an Omicron, so this is where the Grand Arena bit kicks in. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict blind and shock for 2 turns. If the target was already shocked, shock all enemies for 2 turns and inflict ability block on the target enemy for 2 turns. So ability blocks are always helpful. Darth Malgus taunts for 2 turns. So while in Grand Arenas, debuffs inflicted by this ability cannot be resisted, and Sith Empire allies gain critical chance up for 2 turns. If the target was already shocked, deal true damage to all other enemies, and Darth Malgus gains 50% turn meter. That sounds big. True damage for me is a big source of damage in the game right now, because you've got the likes of Lord Vader, who can... yeah, they can ignore critical hits. So, yeah, having something that can do crit damage. I mean, look at Bad Batch. They become such a staple on offense because of the true damage. So I look at that and I think, yeah, that sounds big. Not to mention the turn meter again. I mean, 50%, that isn't a small amount. That is a lot of turn meter. So, yeah, that sounds like a big Omicron. Special 2, Dark Deception, Zeta. Deal true damage, again, to target enemy equal to 40% of Darth Malgus's max health. So that also doubles up with the idea of the basic being a double, well, you got the double tap that stacks max health. So you want mod for health, it seems, and then you're going to unleash this. So you inflict doubt on them for 2 turns, okay? If Darth Malgus in the leader slot and not the ally slot, this doubt cannot be resisted. Increase target enemies' cooldowns by 1, which cannot be resisted. Darth Malgus gains protection up 20% and additional protection up 5% stacking for each debuff on each ally for 2 turns. So again, I'm not exactly sure what screams out at me for this. Yeah, I've already been on a few Discord servers just seeing what other people are saying, and there was something floated around about JML, and I'm thinking, well, JML's not often seen on defense, so yeah, that wouldn't really be something that I'd be thinking, oh yeah, that would counter it. It's very weird, this. I don't really know instinctively what this is meant to be countering. Maybe it's future-proofing for something, but I doubt that. Again, it could be Lord Vader. You know, Lord Vader applies a lot of debuffs. Well, thank you, Moonpig. Thank you. Do not disturb. I need to turn that on. But yeah. So yeah, for the record, doubt, because I didn't read that out, you cannot gain bonus turn meter or buffs or recover protection. So it's similar to Shock, but just a little bit more. Leader, Legacy of Power, Omicron. So final text. Sith Empire allies are immune to turn meter reduction. For each Sith Empire ally at the start of the battle, excluding summoned allies, which is interesting. Sith Empire allies have plus 10% critical chance and max health and plus 10 speed. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, plus 10 speed, you're never going to knock it. I mean, look how we've all been using Talon with Sith Empire. But throw Talon in there, that gets more interesting. The first time any other the first time any other ally falls below 50% health, at the end of that turn, all enemies are inflicted with fear for 1 turn, which cannot be dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Whew, that's a big ability. Because I'm trying to think there, what could you do to avoid that? And that is quite a tricky one, because ideally you'd want to get everyone below 50% health in 1 hit. Like someone like Rey maybe could do that, but that even then would be tricky because everyone would still get fear, but at least then it'd only be 1 turn. So yeah, that could be a messy ability or a messy effect. We'll have to see how it plays in action, obviously, but that does sound pretty cool. It sounds a bugger to fight against, though. So yeah, Darth Malgus is immune to stun and fear. Fantastic. Whenever doubt expires from an enemy, Sith Empire allies gain a stack of We Have Returned for 4 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. And We Have Returned is plus 5% critical damage, again, critical damage buff, and offense per stack. So it really feels like they're trying to ramp the Sith Empire team up to take out high defense or very tanky teams on GA. So it does scream GL counters, but I'm not entirely convinced which GLs they're aiming for. Again, Lord Vader's kind of screaming out at me, but I think that might be just because of the debuffs. Besides, a lot is countering Lord Vader right now, so I think putting something else in there would be a bit of overkill. So maybe it is something like JMK, but there aren't that many debuffs in that team. Sith Eternal Emperor, you don't see a lot on defense. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced. So let me know your theories in the comments, folks. So I haven't read the next bit, sorry, I'm just theorising as I'm going along here. While in Grand Arenas, Sith Empire allies have plus 50% mastery, plus 30 speed, and plus 80% critical avoidance, and damage they receive is decreased by 15%. So they are going to be very nasty to try and kill. Very nasty. Whenever a Sith Empire ally is inflicted with a debuff, they recover 10% health and protection. So when you think, is this pop-up day today? There we go. Whenever a Sith Empire ally is inflicted with the debuff, they recover 10% health and protection. So that is ferocity in a nutshell. I was going to say, even if you don't use Darth Revan lead, which would be the case here, but yeah, with Darth Revan, even if you didn't use Darth Revan lead, you would still be getting ferocity via a special. So yeah, you're going to be getting debuffs just by using your own team. So yeah, that is nasty as far as trying to actually damage them. Whenever doubt is dispelled on an enemy, that enemy is inflicted with exposed for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. While enemies are inflicted with doubt, they have minus 20% speed, minus 20% tenacity, and minus 30% critical damage. That is high reductions. I mean, minus 20% speed, that is Rex neutered. Minus 20% speed, sorry, tenacity, that again, I'm looking at JKR and those types of things. Even JML, even. Critical damage, again, a bit of JML, a bit of slacker. Some big counters there. At the start of battle, if all allies are Sith, excluding summon allies, Darth Malgus gains an additional 50% max health and max protection, and 60 speed. At the start of battle, Darth Malgus recovers 100% health and protection, so that also makes him more annoying, because if you preload, he will just go straight back to where he started. So that looks nasty. What I think also this does mean is you can afford to put Malak now with Rey. I noticed that has become a very common star killer counter. So I imagine seeing that on defense a lot more, just because you can say, right, Malgus goes to Sith Empire and Malak can just chill with Rey, which doesn't make a lot of sense on paper, but apparently the devs are okay with that, unless people really want double taunting teams. Okay, so unique, Korriban's Legacy, Omicron. Final text. At the start of battle, Darth Malgus gains 5% max health and max protection for each other Sith ally, and 10% max health and max protection for each other Sith Empire ally. So I read that as 2 separate things. So 15% if you've got someone like Malak, Malak, Revan, or Bastila. So that is a big jump to his max health just for that. I mean, you're looking 45% from them 3. Add in someone like Marauder, if you want to go with Malak somewhere else instead of HK, you're getting 60%. Wow. Darth Malgus takes reduced damage from percent health damage effects, so like Malak, he's immune to healing immunity, so that means no JKA counters. And while debuffed, he gains 10% defense and health steal. While Darth Malgus is taunting, he has 60% counter chance, plus 20% defense, and minus 20% tenacity. That one I found interesting. I assumed that they wanted to at least give him some weakness. So I'm grateful for that. Interesting that it was while he's taunting, though. So, if all allies were Sith at the start of the battle, at the start of each encounter, Darth Malgus taunts for 2 turns. Alright? Whenever doubt expires on an enemy, that enemy is afflicted with fear for 1 turn. The first time each turn doubt is dispelled on an enemy, 2 random enemies who didn't already have it are inflicted with doubt for 2 turns at the end of that turn. So essentially, just for example, using bounty hunters, you do Grief's Uno reverse, everyone is going to get doubt. So that doesn't sound good. So yeah, these debuffs cannot be resisted. While in Grand Arenas, if all allies were Sith at the start of battle, instead, the first time each turn doubt is dispelled on an enemy, all other enemies that didn't already have it are inflicted with doubt for 2 turns at the end of that turn, which can't be resisted. So yeah, I said it at the beginning, there's a lot to digest here. And I can't really say I've digested it still. There's a lot to take in here. It's safe to say that he's going to be quite OP. I don't even think that is bad. I think the reputation this character has, despite my lack of knowledge on it, I think it deserves to be relatively OP. But what I'm looking at is thinking Sith Empire was still pretty good. You know, they were still one of the top teams in the game. You know, I believe they were anyway. So yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, wow, one Toon is going to shake that faction up a lot. And when you think there could be a Galactic Legend to go with it, that is frightening. I'll be surprised if it's a Galactic Legend, just for the fact that we've already got Sith GL, but maybe they want a Sith Empire GL? Try and keep Revan and co away from Sith Eternal Emperor. But yeah, I'm curious. So let me know what you think in the comments, folks. Let me just switch to the screen. Yeah, so let me know in the comments, folks, because I will say it again, I'm still digesting that. There's a lot to take in. It definitely seems like Malgus is going to make this faction a lot better than they currently are. I mean, when you think about it, Sith Empire at the moment are a staple defense team as far as you've got to have your counter, whether it's bounty hunters, Imperial troopers, even mirror matches or going overkill with Galactic Legends. You know, you've got your counters, but now they're shaking it up and saying, right, what are you going to take in with them? Or are you going to use them on offense to take out a GL? So I like the shift. I think it's a good meta shift. But still, it is crazy how powerful they will become. So let me know what you think, folks. I'm signing off now. I'm going to record the roster review for what will be most likely later today or tomorrow, depending when I release on this. So yeah, I will see you in that video. Bye for now, everyone.